Tenants in Ghana are far worse off than they were some 5 years ago. With a national inflation rate of over 26% and a worsening cost of living crisis, the housing market has become unbearably expensive for low to middle income earners. I have come to Osu, a cosmopolitan residential area in the Korle-Klottey constituency of Accra, a place notorious for unbearable rent charges and high cost of living.
A 6 inches block for 3 cedis 80 pesos. Now 1 6 inches block is around 6 cedi, and the cement is 380, and now cement is around 62.
Ni Edumwa Amabo is a resident landlord who's been renting apartments for 20 years now. What changed? I asked.
Well, what accounts for that, I could say, is the cost of building materials and maintenance, basically. That's it.
Because others are having the arguments that the houses are there, the apartments are there, they don't, experience any kind of modalities, changes to the structure, and yet we see landlords increase rent.
Yeah, well, it changes from place to place. Others don't upgrade, others do upgrade.
What will it take for rents to come down, for the cost of renting apartments to come down in this part of Accra?
I really can't tell, because the deficit is a lot in terms of demand for rents for rooms in Osu. We have a lot more people coming into Osu, especially the expats, and they are also helping in shooting the price up because some people take advantage. They have the ability to pay. So most of the houses where people are paying more are being occupied by foreigners.
In the span of 10 years, the cost of rent has increased over 300%. Renters blame the hike on the cost of building materials, which remain uncertain due to the changing rates of the US dollar and the falling value of the Ghanaian cedi. Figures from real estate website Mikasa shows that a regular 2-bedroom apartment, which went for 500 cedis in 2010, now goes for between 1,500 to 2,000 cedis. At the center of protecting the rights of beleaguered tenants is Ghana's Rent Control Department.
We realize that a lot of landlords are bringing tenants who cannot pay their rent. It's justified because of the economic situation. A lot of tenants have lost their jobs, so they are not being able to pay their rent.
Emmanuel Pasu heads the department's public relations unit. Woefully underutilized, dedicated staff here defy logistical challenges to meet the needs and concerns of tenants in Ghana.
Currently, logistically, we are down zero. Let me put it zero.
When you say zero, what do you mean?
What we mean by zero is now we cannot communicate with our officers at other districts. Okay, that's where the digitalization comes in. You can move to some offices, there's no computer for them to, it's purely paperwork. Talk about vehicles that we are expecting to use to do inspections, because we don't expect only landlords and tenants to report to us before we take action. We are expected to move to the district homes and then to inspect.
As Ghana's housing market evolves, Parliament is considering a new rent bill which will see heavy regulation of the pricing regime in the housing industry.
The bill that is before Parliament, together with the regulation that will attach to it, we are considering using the CPI specifically, so that as the CPI moves up, we will come in and then use it too. But in that case too, there will be a cap that even if we are using the CPI, we don't exceed that cap.
So at this point in time, is it justified for landlords to increase rent?
Yes, just as I mentioned, the value of the land, the materials they used, because if the materials are going up and a landlord wants to renovate the premises or won't even want to paint the room, it's not going to use 10 years ago's paint or 10 years iron rod to do the renovation. But in all those cases, landlord has no right to sit in this corner and then just be increasing price as he wants. He needs to come to the rent control department, file for the application for the assessment. We move in, look at what you've done, because the improvement you've done should be beneficial to the person living in there.
As the capital city of Accra breeds a vibrant middle class, some spots in the capital are becoming a cash cow for realtors. East Legon, Lakeside Estates, Osu, Laboni, Spintex, Dansuman and Tema are currently the most expensive residential areas to rent a decent apartment today. Ghana's housing industry is close to $1 billion.
Wow.
Does rent control have the capacity to manage demand regarding concerns and negotiations of both partners, renters and their landlords?
Okay. Yeah, we are capable. Just as currently, we are operating within 14 regions with 58 offices. That does not mean we don't cover the entire country, because you can see one office serving 2 or 3 adjacent districts. That notwithstanding, the department is going to be digitalized, okay? So this digitalization, you can be in your home and then we interact. You don't necessarily need to come to our office. So the capacity will be there.
The Ghana Statistical Service has pegged the cost of housing as a major factor determining inflation in Ghana. As global development disrupts supply chain and dips Ghana's currency strength, the scramble for affordable housing will continue to elude the government and Ghana's growing low to middle income brackets. I'm Charles Aite reporting for Joy Business.